Hello, welcome to the stream. We are playing Final Fantasy XIV today. We are playing an alt account on the free trial because I've had to pause my sub for a moment. But we are going to be hopefully getting through a round reborn with our lovely take on Ardbert. I've made him ready to go. In ever so shortly. Yeah. Oop. So, as you can see, we are now Ardbert White. We are on Chaos, EU, Louiswa. I will turn the volume up shortly. We'll go into the game first. Oh no, it's congested. We'll get there soon. So yes, I will be quiet because we're about to go into cutscene. I've turned the game volume up just a bit, just on the mixer.
Here. Here. Feel.
Whoa, it's a black hole. Whoa, whatever that is.
Here. Feel. Think.
It's your boy. It's all a dream. Oi, you alright, lad? You're moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling of the ship got your stomach churning, has it? I don't know why we've gone Somerset, but you know what? We'll stick with it. Don't seem like seas 6 weeks now that I look at you. It'll be the other then, I reckon. This is gonna go poorly. Some are more sensitive to the stuff than others, see? We ain't too far from Vilburn now, which is chock full of Etherites. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. Ugh. Might as well be blooming seasickness. Ship's leaping around like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head out on deck, get myself a breath of fresh air. Limsa Lominsa's still a fair way off, in case you were wondering. Seeing that you're awake and all, how's about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see. Anyrow, Brennan's the name, and peddling's betrayed. Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lad, judging by your unusual garments, I'll say you're one of them adventurers. Am I a worm? No, I'm just some weirdo who just decided to put an axe on my back. I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? To win glory! Glory, eh? Well, if you're willing to take them tasks as other folk ain't, and adventurers yourself, and win fame what coin can't buy. When you arrive in town, you'll want to be run to a adventurers guild. You can find everything you need to know about the adventuring business in there. Just remember, though, there are more important things than glory, fortune, and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Whoa. Ships up the starboard bow, pirate colors. Pirates, bloody hells. Have ye no sense? Get below. What is the world coming to? Pirates firing on a ship flying Lominsan colours. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or bugger all for brains. You can rest easy, friends. We made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneer's bark will catch this flighty temptress once the wind's in her sails. That was too bleeding close. Glad one of us kept his head on his shoulders. I reckon I'd have lost mine otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we must be close to port. Let's head on up on deck and have us a look, shall we? By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa Lominsa? Yep. Oh, no. Ah, but I'll wager there have been some changes since your last visit. Allow a journeyed itinerant to apprise you of the current state of affairs. Ahem. Limsa Lominsa prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost naval power. It weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You'd never guess she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Of course, most folk ain't so quick to change. With a town full of liberty-loving orphans, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with, like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that were bad enough, I've heard the Sahagan are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbracks, in case you didn't know. Ah, at long last, and ho! We ain't gotta mention the kobolds yet. Behold, Limsa Lominsa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved of Limlane, goddess of navigation. Ooh, where's my cup?
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm, amidst the roiling waves of the Lotam Sea, lies the maritime city-state of Limsa Lominsa. To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer. Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Limlane. What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
Here's where we part ways, sons. Son, I'm off to markets to deliver me wares and then onto the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this by way of thanking me arse earlier. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us squared.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on his life's voyage. Till sea swallows all.
Do I say? Title screen! Right, so before we get too far, once we've got in, I'd play about with the settings a little bit because I haven't did it the way I like it. Hey, you there! Oi, I mean you! This is my district. Now I make it my business to know all the scum that washes up in it. Ah, an adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Limsa Lominsa's finest to set you on the right path. Up to it, lad, I haven't all day. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa, a bustling city-state filled with scoundrels and brigands, the rough-cut diamond of the Rotana Sea. Please select the control scheme if you are using a mouse keyboard. Don't need to worry about that. Follow the instructions to move your camera and adjust the position of the camera. When you are ready to proceed, speak to wrist flow. Right. First things first. Legacy. Skip. Anything previous. Hide that. Oh, yes, actually. Announcement. Systems, don't want. Paramesh, don't want. Yep. 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 Right. This one. Open all. Standard. Put my glasses on because I need to be wearing them. Escape. Again. HUD layout. And now we move. Over here. That is ever so slightly off. That is it. There. There. This at the top. Okay. Skill down in the corner, maybe. Beast gauge. No. Yeah, actually. Down. Progress bar. Actually stay up there because status. Feeblement. And damage. Okay. Oh, I forgot that. Pet hot bar can go up the top because we don't get that much. Gauge there, duty gauge. Okay. Target bar. Pendant, because we info to 10 and that one. Yeah. Target info progress 20. Save. Save and hopefully that looks about right for me. Yep. Right. Play guide removed. Yeah. Teleport. There. Right. System. Sound. Sorry about the quick cut there. System configuration quickly. Okay. There we are. Right. Get out of the page and not have to worry too much about there being a horrible, unsightly sound cut. Anything else? Keybinds. Hotbar. Right. As you can tell, I am switching these around a little bit just because they are it's a bit of an odd one to be. Almost did that one wrong. There we go. Right. Bye. Close. I think there was one other option that I needed to change. Ah, I know what it is. It's the logging stuff. Give me a moment. UI settings. No. No. Bye. Ooh. We're ready to begin our adventure properly. You recognized an adventurer in the city-state of Limsa Lominsa. You must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Now then. Oh, I can't even remember what voice I did for this man. Now then. Sure, you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city. Without a bit of local knowledge, you're likely to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. So, before you do anything else, get yourself over the Drowning Wench and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. It's not far. Head straight down this street and speak to Greffar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift. That'll take you to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow named Baderin. He's the proprietor of the Wench. He might curse like an ale-sodden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along and may the navigator guide you on your journey. You have begun a quest. Use the duty list to help complete your task. Or don't, in this case, because it says right there, go to the Crow's List. And that's where to go. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa. If you've a mind to visit the Drowning Wench, the Crow's Lift will take you there. Yes, I want to take the Crow's Lift. Greetings to ye, lad. What'll it be? Ah, but you're not here for a drink, are you? You've come with a mind to try your hand at adventuring, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. The name's Baderin, and this most hospitable of hostelries, the Drowning Wench. It's also the home of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why we've got a desk specially for handling gold business. Why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of my regulars. Adventurers have a knack for finding trouble, see. Not that they need it in these parts on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. If they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish. No one knows what they're planning, of course. But if they're planning anything, then be sure it's to kill the lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again and you'll see people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them after everything that's happened? Eorzea took a mighty blow during the calamity, and our homes weren't the only things that got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice-damned bastard of a dragon. Our bleeding memories too. No one's been able to explain it in a way that makes an ounce of a sense. None of the folks what saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. It's all foggy, like recollection from an hard night of the ale. You can imagine why people might fear the future. They can't rightly recall the past. But there is one thing we all know. That's a group of adventurers what laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink, and she was bound for the abyss. Well, I say we remember. Truth is, though, we ain't forgotten what they did for us. This goddamn calamity spawned memory loss robbed us of their names. Won't even let us picture their damn faces. Like staring at a gold flying in front of the sun. All you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against the blinding glare. And that's how every bugger describes it, by the way, give or take the odd goal. Is this what people got calling us, these heroes, the warriors of light? If limbs are ever be if limbs is ever going to be put this time of darkness behind it, it's got to need adventurers to help banish the fear. Got to need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them. That's why any aid we can give an adventurer is effort well spent. What say you, lad? You're willing to lend us your strength? Nod head. But thanks to you, and to the navigator and all. I knew she'd steer you my way for a reason. Aye, but listen to me, yattering on like a sun-touched fishwife. It is high time we got your mark in the book. Put your scroll right there. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Ardbert White, is it? A fine name, that is. Congratulations, you're now an upstanding member of the Adventurers Guild. You there, adventurer. You sailed on the last ferry, did you not? The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel. Several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friends a signal, were you? Now hold on a moment there. You've got the wrong bloke. This fine upstanding young gent is my dear parted grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. A lad wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with such unsavory elements. Is that right? You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings? Naturally then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time where the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. Ah, you make a good point there, officer. It's a very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times, me, and two more often than not. Now, sir, what say you to a tankard of my finest ale before you venture your duties? Not a watered down cup of piss like last time I stood. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're talking about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog on this side of the strait of Myrtleful. But that don't mean you won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there crying out to be saddled. So kick off them heavy boots, eh? You'll have to excuse all these eager bloody yellow jackets. Been a spate of kidnappers, see them, they ain't got a clue who's behind them. Naturally, they've taken to clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means venturers, visitors, pretty much every bugger else in town. Don't take a personal role. Us Lominsans can be an headstrong bunch of bastards, it is true. But given time, we'll grow on you. Now, where was I? Oh, aye. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa, where the sea's as green as the faces of the patrons after a few too many black belly whiskies. Now take a moment to gather your wits. We'll get started with learning your the ways of the city. Huzzah, you've done your first quest. Oh, that was loud. I might have to turn this down a bit. Give me a moment. Oh, that's better. Right then, let's start you off with a nice and easy with 3 tasks that will help you get used to life here in Limsa. Firstly, if you head down the floor and point your nose to the west, you'll get an eyeful of the great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard. As an netherite, the device can move you from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's a netherite where you want to go, of course. Have a chat with the yellow jacket on guard down there. You'll be treated to a lecture. Workings of the device. Before you do that, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work till you have. Second on the list is the marketplace. You'll find weapons and armor and all your adventuring bits and pieces for sale in the district what lies beyond the Otherite. Don't go throwing your gill around just yet, though, or you'll get fleeced quicker than you say, why is the coin purse so late? Have a word with Swazblade instead. He's the head of the Merchants League, by the way. Give him this old octant, and he'll treat you well. For the last me helpful hints, I suggest you meet your fellow axe wielders at the Marauders Guild. Guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for swinging that head splitter of yours if you join their crew. Below Falter, at the front desk is the one that get you started. Got all that, lad? Seeing to them 3 tasks will take you on a little jaunt around the city and help you work out where everything is. Now I've best be getting on. Run along, eh? Bugger it. There I go, send you off without telling you something crucial. Bloody Calamity's made a right mess of me, I swear. Well, well, yeah. Anyway, while you're out there, if you happen upon any spots that will look like they may need your help, consider giving them a tale where we'll listen, eh? Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interesting opportunities won't be lurking out there, just waiting for you to stumble on them. For example, Linnea over yonder has been casting glances at you since you walked in. Why not lend her an ear and see what she has to say? You like to find yourself running odd errands in the beginning, but once you build a reputation as a man folk can trust, the jobs will get harder and the rewards more generous. If you have the time, I'll also seek the advice of the smith here in the wench. The lads as bear that title have some fine advice for them what are just starting out in the profession. That, my lad, is how you go about becoming a legend among venturers. Hello there. To leave the drowning wench, you must accept making a name by speaking with Linnea. Well, would you look at this? Shiny new adventurer. Listen close, lad. Some information that might help put you on the map here in Limsa. I was passing through Bulwark below not too long ago, and I saw a bunch of herbs just scattered about on the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market wares known as green flowers. Limsa Lominsa is a pretty port, and not all the merchants that blow in across the strait are above board, if you know what I mean. How'd the plants end up in the mast? Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make your name yourself by handing them in. Speak to Skynrail. She'll help get you down to the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs and take them to the old skiff, the Octon. Being a worldly captain, he knows a thing or two about such shady goods. Truck dealer! You wish to visit Bulwark Hall below? The crow's lift is ready when you are. Yes. So, ironically enough, when they took down Final Fantasy XIV 1.0, they essentially killed the world, which is what this calamity was. Because obviously a lot of people came back when they relaunched it. They kind of memory wiped everyone. Did a Men in Black. Yes, as suspected, these are the highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers. They are the prime ingredient and creation of somnus, a substance whose fragrance is said to lull the sniffer's mind into the sleep of death. Give me a nod for just. Yes, these herbs are naught more than Alphic lavender, common enough export from Limsa Lominsa, but these probably spill from crates that were loaded onto my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with you, son. And also worry you've learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. Well, thanks for delivering my scat and lavender. I have a nugget of information that might prove useful to you. You see, I was recently approached by a camp seafarer, which is not, I admit, particularly unusual for a man in my profession. What was unusual that he offered a generous sum of gil to be introduced to any adventurers that I might know. By experience, sailors are not known to carry such a wealth of coin about their person, especially with the aleable houses of Limsa Lominsa so close at hand. Kidnappings have not been uncommon in these past moons. I suggest you take this information and speak with Eorzea, guard who stands at the entrance to the East Hawker's Alley. Never hurts to show a spirit of cooperation with the authorities, lad. Ah, another novice adventurer. I bet Aaron has seen a few more of your kind this way of late. I am Sundimul, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It's also my charge to provide guidance to those who use this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Etherites are crystalline structures that tap into the ethereal energies, primarily used as a means of travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport. Most common transportation spells make direct use of Etherites and their connection to the flow of Ether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Etherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. If you wish to learn more about Etherites or transportation magic, I'll be here to answer your questions. I learned return, because I know an Etherite. Oh, sweet Jesus, everyone's popping in. Ah! That is disturbing news. Your initiative is appreciated, adventurer. Hang on, is that a woman? I'll have the captain place the Yellow Jackets on high alert. And while I have you here, I need you to visit Fritwip. Tell her the same thing you told me. You'll find her a bit further down East Hawker's Alley. Fritwip has frequent dealings with adventurers, so any warning you give her should soon be spread through the city. A fine evening to you, sir. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. Pray browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from ogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate upon the unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo, but recently arrived at the docks. You bear a gift from Baderan? What could it... Ah, my octant. By the navigator, I must have left it on the winch, along with a week's pay and several bells' worth of intoxicated memories. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid, of what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant. It is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek. Look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each gil you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying that Hawker's Alley boasts schools specializing in the tools of every martial discipline imaginable. Within but a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potion and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered at each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. But verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been the surest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets by yourself. Greetings, sir. Might I interest you in the services of a retainer? What's this? Some suspicious seafarer is on the prowl for gullible adventurers. Possible suspect in the recent kidnappings, you think? Well, I'll be sure to pass that warning on to my customers. What with all the merchants and travellers milling through Hawker's Alley, these kind of unsavoury activities go unnoticed. In any case, I promise to keep a sharp lookout for anyone being accosted by strange-looking sailors. Something we are going to do is there's an Ethernet shard here. We're going to attune to all of them. Because Ethernet allows us to whiz around the city so we're not wandering like this. There has been a new quality of life thing since I played this. Oh god, can't remember which update, but I haven't done any of the MSQ updates since the end of Dawn Trail. Sprint now turns to jog, so we've still got a slight movement boost, provided we don't attract any enmity, i.e. don't get attacked or attack anything. One's down here. Yes. Time to head up to the top. Yeah, get this. Let's see. And then something good to use on this is the that way. Is recommended gear, especially if you're just starting out and getting more gear as you go along. It will automatically suggest what gear to use, and potentially also equip it. Okay. Saves you having to go. Wait, what's the newest thing? What's the nicest piece of gear I've got right now? So something we are going to be doing is taking a few quests in. Before we see Baderin and complete the close to home quest, just because there's a few to get for some gear we're going to need before we continue on to Summerford Farms. Which I'm going to have this over. So jog doesn't seem to keep on when you transfer areas. Bit of a pain. Yeah, so we want. I'm not going to fuss too much about some of these simple side quest logs, just because they're not irrelevant. So Shoop is one of these two, I think. So, ironically enough, because I'm a novice, technically, this account is only like a day old, like 2 days old. Despite being a novice, I can't actually access the novice network unless I'm invited by a mentor. It seems a bit backwards. Let me check to see if that's like weird. Yes, I want. I don't want to do your quest. Obviously, the novice network gives you access to essentially Warframe's equivalent of a Q&A, the Q&A channel. Oop. I'll have to check downstairs. Why not? Found this. When you attune yourself to all of the Ethernet shards in City State, you'll have access to a quick travel to each of their gates and the airship landing. Any expert swinger needs 2 pairs of hands. Any expert swinger needs 2 hands on the aft and has a blade that can make short anywhere the galley's mast. That's the kind of weapon our members train to use deceptive and swiftness and all too predictable force. Are you interested in hearing more, lad? Why don't I give you the short version of the guild's founding history and we can go from there? It all started with ships, you see. What have ships got to do with axes, you ask? Well, building them would be pretty bloody difficult without a sturdy tool to lop down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run afoul of storm or worse, it makes sense for the crew's carpenter to carry an axe on board. Aye, it all started with the shipbuilding and ship repair. What, am I boring you? As I was saying, any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the tool was perfect for hooking yourself on the rail, over the rail of an enemy vessel, letting loose in a whirl of steel, generally laying waste to all about you. As more seafarers took up the axe as a weapon of choice, so did the bloody art of marauder begin to take shape, especially among pirates, where strength and skill decided your place in the world. The knife for assembling true crews or battle-ready raiders, pirates started teaching them proper way to wield a chopping blade to their new, and that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. But once the Galadian Accord was signed to unite the Maelstrom and the pirates against Limsa's enemies, the whole game changed. The Accord itself was a dismal failure, of course, but the Marauders Guild was never the same. It was taken over, restructured, and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to naught but the teaching of axe fighting. Members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driven cutthroats neither. They were warriors who sought to use their martial prowess for the good of society. Mastering the axe is your heart's desire, then you'll find no better arena in which to practice your swings. Think it over, and then let me know if you fancy joining our ranks. I have a feeling I'll be seeing more of you soon, lad. You've decided to swing an axe with the Marauders, then? Absolutely. Alright, then. All that he's doing now is to speak with the Axe Master himself. Sounds simple? I've seen folks slink out the door rather than put themselves in the path of that unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle of the room. Wernzone's his name. Put some steel in your spine and look at him straight in the eye when you talk to him, lad. Good fortune to you. Yes, I'm Wernzone. Axemaster, they call me. Not the most imaginative titles, I agree, but no one should underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of the Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It's not our way to simply outfight our adversaries, we seek to overwhelm them. Marauder must be the most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the enemies defeated. Must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. No doubt the question has already been put to you by Blathota, but once more I challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits an initiate of the Marauders Guild? Yes. Give me carnage. Very well. Your name? Attend me well then, Ardbert. Hold fast to this moment of dedication. The path of the Marauder is a jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will ofttimes be your own. You stand now as a student of the axe. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straight away into combat as befits a novice of your discipline. Go forth and slay the bleating, scurrying, crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Limsa Lominsa. Lost lambs, wharf rats, and little ladybugs shall be your piteous adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each of the creature have fallen to your blade. We'll be doing more than that, because we need to go down. Arcanists, and then we're gonna do a quick check on the quests around. One of these has got some more quests. Should be another one. We gotta pick up a chest piece for level 5 for Marauders. Anyway. Oop. Ah! Yes. Wolf rat speed 12. Go out and some kills in. That will get us up to level 4. That's done. 2 lost lambs. Yep. For some of these, like, kill things to pick up items quests, a lot of them used to have an actual drop chance. So you could be here for a while sometimes if your rates were absolute god awful. Right, we'll go to Aaron. Go to the smith quickly. Get that. Ah, there you are, Ardbert. Enjoying your jaunt around the city, did you? If you mean to base yourself in Limsa Lominsa, that won't be the last time you'll be visiting them three places. And now you've got some idea of where's where, you can start exploring the rest of the town. You've shown a good ear for listening, lad. Stick with old Badarin and you'll go far. Ah, so you slew a few rats. Good on you, lad. Bloke comes through the other day and plops his huge sack the size of a bleeding globule into a counter, saying any man that will slays rats can have something from within. When Eric inquires as to why, all he says is the damn noise they make when scurrying about is driving him crazy insane. He asked me, though, he was already a bit touched. Something tells me the poor lad will never find peace. We have our first piece of headgear. Let me just do something quickly, because... that beeping is annoying. Right. Yep. Yes. Oh. Yeah, so he gives us the width. I'd like you to visit an orchard in the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Stalworm, was made up made. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you can believe that, and has been trying to bring a bit of life back to the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. I should need another hand or two, and your name sprang to mind. I gave you a glowing recommendation. Make sure you're working hard. Work hard and impress the old bastard. You need directions? Place on art. Ain't hard to find. Just take the Zephyr Gate out the city. Follow the road northeast. Don't need you, you're about. Bum bum. But we do need you. Go deliver the sheep. Just take the other net. Quit. Hey. Wait. Ardbert, you approached me with a marauder's strides, determined, unswerving, and bereft of the hesitation that marked our first meeting. I am pleased the time has come for you to begin a new stage in your training. Now what sets the axe aside from the gladiator's dagger? It's the raw, unstoppable destruction wrought by a thick, heavy blade. That overwhelming power can only be properly directed by extraordinary physical strength. Thus, we have come to the core of today's lesson. Such strength as a marauder must possess is developed through a traditional method passed down through generations of the guild, a method that you too shall be taught to employ. Present yourself to Bronebar in the practice area downstairs, and he shall instruct you further. The Axe-Master told me you'd be on your way. My name's Bronebar. Good it is to meet your new marauder. Now, we axe builders build strength and control by splitting boulders. That's right, our traditional method involves smashing a rock with your axe. But you can't use any old swing. You need to hit the rock just so. Rotgein, his fellow marauder, is waiting for you just outside the Zephyr Gate, by the bridge over the Rogue River. He'll tell you how it's done. First things first. Gonna do Fool Me once. And grab a couple of our hunting log entries on the way there. So, because I'm on a preferred world, I have the mass experience before level 90 on. So we gain a large amount of experience. We gain 100% experience on every source. So we'll go talk to Angreta. Go back to Limsa and go back into stuff. Doing the main story, MSQ, and our past quest. And we'll go and put some more stuff out. Here go to. Doop, doop, doop. Bobba da bada ba da ba da bada 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 bada. So fates are little world events that pop up everywhere. They offer a small amount of experience for them. But obviously some of them offer rewards on some of them. So some offer, there's a few that offer minions as drops. As you get into the further expansions, we'll have special ones that offer drops that you can use to buy things, like mount speeds. Orchestration scrolls, stuff like that. Reading lad, ready to spit some stone, are you? I've 3 nice hard rocks for you to spill the sweat up on. Don't try nothing fancy now, just hit me with a good, solid, heavy swing. That's the way to do it, lad. Now you've got the idea, why don't you have at them a little harder with a heavy swing of yours? Nothing hold back. Gotta kill some dodos soon. I can see you're a natural. My head's still ringing from the sound of cracking bones. Take yourself back to Waxmaster Zone and let him know you're ready for something harder. Goodbye. Yep. And this next one will give us Once we completed Summerford, it will give us a level. I ate level 10. Ah, you must be the adventurer Ardbert and promised to send along. Ardbert right, was it? You honored his word, so that's a good start. I'm Stelburn, the old bastard as Ardbert likely described me. This here is my humble orchard. Good number of the lads and lasses working here once terrorized the ice sea. You're wondering why I employ these scrags? Well, they used to be through my pirate ship. The calamity did for our ship like it did so many others, and I was sore wounded into the bargain. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and Admiral Mervel's initiative, get us landlocked buccaneers work in the fields, seemed too fine an offer to refuse. Well, it turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took to tending the soil sea. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train them have been wringing their hands in black despair. There's so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. Doopy-doo-boo-boo-bee-doopy-doo. I have a mind to set you a task, White, but before I do, I need to be sure you're properly kitted out. Pirates don't care to parley with Dannies, you understand. But it might well be the ones here that traded their cutlasses for culvers, but they're still rogues at heart. I know a solid set of gear when I see it. Come back when you think you're more suitably equipped. That'll be in about two... Ooh, wait, hang on. I'll be in about 2 seconds once I've gone back to the Marauders Guild. Boo! I didn't voice act any of that, I do guys before. And yes. Aye, Ardbert, I know who you are. My brother often has me escort his fledgling marauders on their more dangerous. I suppose Wernzone expects me to give you the details then. Very well. Seems the farmers need us to clear out a megalocrab nest before near the Mourning Widow in Eorzea. I trust you find your way. I will start that again because words. It seems the farmers need us to clear out a megalocrab nest near the Mourning Widow in Eorzea. I shall trust you to find your own way there. Just don't forget your axe. While we're in lower, we'll go get those done. Humph. Looks as if nobody's home. Perhaps they knew we were coming. Hey! Hoity! Please, it's my grandson. Them snippers have got him. I told Sigurd not to get too close. I told him. Get that weapon ready, Ardbert. We need to move, now. Let the child be eaten. It's what he deserves. Ah! Bucker and shite! Get away from me, you great bastard! That was easy. Thank you, mister. I thought I was dead for sure. I can't even play outside no more. What with all these scary monsters about. Me ma and me da. They was both killed by some nasty bugger not so long ago. Aurochs, big as a mountain. But I bet you could beat it. Aye, make it pay for what it did to my folks. You take it easy there now, son. There's a whole guild full of strapping lads and lasses like Ardbert here who will do just that. All you need to do is head home with Grandpa. You let us worry about that big nasty bugger. Did your first duty a success, Ardbert? Time you headed back as well, before Wernson begins to worry I've left your corpse for the crabs. Head nod. I'm going to let him worry a little bit, because I need some dodos. Now we'll level up to level 10 after we completed Axe and Stone. Oh boy. Well, getting there. Dog. Hey, that's a bit silly. Need to be level 30 for that. So you have shattered the shells of the megala crabs and saved the life of a child into the bargain. Thus does our violent craft prove its merit. Well done, Ardbert. Though no longer a threat to the farmers, you should know that it's unusual for such crabs to be found so near the stead. By all accounts, the creatures were ousted from their usual feeding grounds by a more fierce beast. The beast of which I speak is a known terror of the lands of Eorzea, ever seeking to expand its territory. The boy's parents were but two of his many victims to lay fall to his rampage. The threat that must be dealt with ere long. Do thoughts of vengeance flit through your mind, Ardbert? Nurture those urges, but do not yet act upon them. Monstrosity is far beyond your present skills. If you would answer the lad's cry for revenge, then you must grow stronger. Become the raging behemoth this challenge demands. Like I said, get level 10. Now we have our full set of first level 5. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 10. Ardbert, I've gathered what information I could concerning the beast that this young Sigurd bade you slay. Tells this creature Kujata. Those who have witnessed Kujata in the terrifying flesh also call him the Stampeding Mountain, such is his immense size and bulk. Again, I will not seek to dissuade you from claiming vengeance for the boy's parents. In fact, I encourage it. But to topple this lumbering colossus, you must first become his equal in strength and ferocity. As a single step towards the distant goal, I send you to the Blind Eye and Mine. We have had word that folk are falling prey to claws of the local Galagos. Your task to prevent the weak from these unruly creatures. Your task to protect the weak from these unruly creatures. Learn to channel the rage inside you, and let your axe blades sing in righteous slaughter. Well, first things first, we need to complete the Summerfit farms. Have a look at you, shall we? Oh-ho! As long as you're this well covered, I won't feel any guilt throwing you to the sharks. Erstwhile buccaneers are an ordinary bunch. They rage in love for the sea and care little for the laws of the land. But they respect strength, and by the looks of you, I'll say you'll have little trouble getting their attention. Ah, White. That aura of confidence tells me you've not been idle since we last met. I hope I've read you right. Well, for I have a task that requires the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Good to hear. Then I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard rumors of the abductions. My citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsa Lominsa. If plucked from the face of Heidelin, boots and all, by an unseen hand. What's this got to do with Summerfit Farms, you might have? Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure tattooed faces have been creeping up to the edges of the fields and spying on my yeomen. Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by savages at the best of times. The farmhands are convinced that they're the kidnappers of rumor, come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry. Their work's suffering for it, which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. It's a struggle to get them to leave the farmhouse and the mine. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? Of course. Good lad. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner we'll have this place start to resemble a working farm again. I suggest you begin by having a look around Seasong Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied it. Be careful though, White. I couldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants. They are the kidnappers. Well, just be on your guard, right? It's a bogey. Level 11. There it begins.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide.
Oh, who said that? Who's there? Oh.
I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die. Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone. Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark. Or perhaps not.
Oh, he's an angry boy.
As I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked. But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
That was easy.
Phew!
Ooh, that a bit of meth on the floor? Oh, have I already taken it? It's floating up to me.
Hear, feel, think.
Who's saying that? Where are you? What's that? Oh god, it's fireballs coming out the air.
Crystal Bearer.
Please tell me it's not crystal meth?
I am Hydaelyn, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
I don't know. Sounds a bit culty to me.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Awake again? Are we?
Yes.
Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back. I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion. Piratical being the most probable.
Nah, you think?
In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether?
I had a hallucination of a massive crystal.
I beg your pardon. A towering crystal? I'm sure I don't... Oh! Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation. In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business. The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
Deliver the dagger! Oh boy. Up the hill we go. And boom. That's we're all gabbing in here in what sounded like all 7 elves breaking loose near the grotto. I feared I'd send you to your death. You were in the middle of that commotion. I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think you'd risk your life for naught. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? Aye, I'd agree such a knife would be part of any seafaring man's kit. Starting to think that these ruffians are pirates come to lure my farmhands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a maddened gobble on you. Aye, the pirates have been adding to their numbers of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on their guard against their schemes. Hmm? You met someone else at the grotto, a woman with a strange complexion? Ah, Y'shtola. She's been in Limsa Lominsa for a good while now. Her studies of the ether often bring her to Summerford, where presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you. She's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. But take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is those old yeomen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate past. Patience to return to the free and easy life of buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. Grant my thanks, White. If it weren't for the efforts of stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in far worse state than it is. Just you keep on lending your talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsa to the brighter future she deserves. That Cecil of Severin and his lot, never around when there's work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Stalvern would like a word. Don't take no for an answer. Work? Ha! Can't work when my hands are full lifting this mug. You know, I'd wager my last gill you'd never guess what I'm drinking. Well, you're right about the swill part. I reckon it might be worth doing a day of Stalvern's chores if it'll afford me a taste of proper grog. Look like, and we do this now. Oh, that's right, you're inside to the left, aren't you? Lazies. Right. Oh, how am I supposed to work on an empty stomach? Go on, have a guess at what I had for breakfast. Breaded steaks. Well, God's how do you know? It's my breath, ain't it? Probably smells as wooden as the food tasted. I don't know why you're here. I'd just as soon get some real food in me, but I ain't one to reject a summons from the captain. Axes were made for splitting skulls, not stumps. You know what I did in my sailing days? Bet your beard I did, lad. Those were the days. I reckon now I'll have to be satisfied taking my axe to the trees. So, Stairwell sent you. What do you reckon I say to that? I've saucier seized sow. So, damn right. Tin and I didn't get where I am by taking guff from only glorified gardeners. But I suppose I should see what he wants to get him off my back. Aye, I'm Severin, the old man's errand boy now. Tell my dear old captain not to wet his breeches, I'll be along. Oh, just so we're clear, I don't care for landlubbers. Go find the chocobo you rode in on and ride on out. You continue to impress, lad. All but Severin are accounted for. No fault of yours, he squirmed out. I've let that worm wriggle through my fingers more times than I can count. Rest assured, next time I see him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt where all such worms belong. Pays me to say, but all the gil in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some like you who can be trusted, but then there are others. Till now I've had no choice but to rely on that charlatan Severin, even though I'm full aware he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once I've heard tell of improper trading with the goblins. I wouldn't be at least surprised if that were happening right now. On a bellicose sack of oranges vanished, as did Severin. I want you to find and confront the bastard for me, White. Sure there's wrongdoing afoot, be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth. Yeah, Severin's a bit of a naughty boy. You naughty boy, Severin. Are those oranges? What's this now? Delworld sent you for the oranges. Huh, the old bugger had known all this time. Ugh, What does it matter anyway? Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventurer types, right? Go rescue my mates from those double-dealing goblins. They're just over yonder by the bonfire. I owe you one. Would have gone away myself if not for Severin shoving me aside. Severin sent you? Huh, the way he flew out of here, I was sure he'd sold us down the river. If you hadn't come, my dodo would have been cooked. Cooked dodo. You saved me, mates. For that, I owe you. Suppose I should be ashamed I couldn't clean up my own. But a pirate knows no shame. I've no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only giving you this sack because I like the cut of your jib. Take it all seen. Send you my regards. And we'll keep going. Rolling, 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 rolling. And what have we here? Delivery from Summerford Farms and as scheduled? Ha! There's a first time for everything. Well, look at that. Not a single one of them missing either. About the only things not here are those bagmen. I don't miss them one bit. His Stalwern's payment in full. With you, I can trust it'll reach him. Yes, but until we do, yeah. But the payment will stay with us for a little bit while we go sort out the Galagos. We're not gonna fuss about getting level 8 gear. We're gonna get the level 10 set that we'll get for main story. Yeah. Alright. Just gonna do a quick break. I really need the loo. We'll be back shortly to continue on, and I will leave you with the jolly old theme of Limsa Lominsa. Right, we are back. Let us go back into it. Welcome back, Ardbert. Your actions have saved many from needless injury and anguish. But though your efforts are to be commended, there is yet much work to be done. Ujata, the object of your vengeance, trampled a farmer's wagon as he thundered through the land tiller's wreck. The foodstuffs spilled from the overturned wain have attracted all manner of hungry predators. Without produce for the markets, farmers will surely suffer for the coin received. Your duty is thus clear. Put down these rapacious scavengers and preserve the cargo. Something we can do is make sure that it doesn't display our headgear. Yeah. And something that will happen with this is once we've completed this quest, we'll have the armory unlocked. Armory just allows us to be able to have more than one class / job available to use, switch between. We're not going to fuss about that right now. What we're going to do is get Eorzea through first. Because let me tell you, the disciples of Hand and Land are horrendously easy to level up. However, the disciples of War and Magic are not. Something you want to do is when they're running up for an attack like that, you want to get behind them, as you will have flanking advantage, which will give you more damage. And we're done. We'll hatch. Fine. We're gonna go grab some of the reavers up here because one of their types is on our hunting log. Then we'll go down to the bottom to grab the megala crab as well. You know, I'm getting the attention of the raiders that I want. Run away. And we'll go find the megala crab down the bottom. Go Sheridan. That was easy. Unfortunately, Sheridan doesn't count as just a standard megala crab. You have to do it. Yeah, that's the next one done. So we will now have access to second page of our 5-page hunting log. Of which, as you can see, we've got Firefly, Moss's Gobu, Fat Dodo, Morobi Mole, Egg Digger, Buccaneer, Duskbat, Hatchling, Hedgemole, Pelican, Mantis, and Wild Bull. We'll return to Limsa, grab the end of the quest. I believe. Yeah, that was someone playing Titanic. Bards at level 30 get access to the keyboard. And I've just realised I didn't play that through properly. They're all level 10, so we'll take the jacket. There we are, armory unlocked. That's a little thing here. Access to the armory system. Quests to unlock other classes can be undertaken by speaking to the receptionist in the corresponding guild. There exists myriad disciplines in Eorzea that adventurers can take up. Most rewarding experience, however, it is recommended that you first focus on mastering your current class. Which is absolutely true. It's easy to become overwhelmed with the amount of classes that there are that you can become. So the ones you have access to on free trial: Gladiator, Marauder, Dark Knight, Eaglist, Lancer, Rogue. Don't think Samurai. Conjurer, Scholar, Astrologian, Archer, Machinist, Thaumaturger, Arcanist, Red Mage, Blue Mage. Maybe Samurai? You get Dark Knight, Astrologian, and Machinist with Heavensward, Red Mage, and Samurai with Stormblood? Yes, you do get Samurai with Stormblood, yeah. So Samurai you have access to as well. Reaper, Viper, Gunbreaker, Sage, Dancer, Pictomancer will need paid subscription and purchase of corresponding expansions. So you will always have access to a Chocobo stand when you first unlock Chocobos at level 10. For Limsa, you'll have access to Morobi Bay. For Gridania, you will have access to Bent Branch Meadows. For Uldar, you will have access to Drybrush Station, I believe it's called. However, not the Etherite. So when you get there, you will want to attune to the Etherite, which I don't. Did attune to it because I tried looking at the carbuncle. Back in one piece. That's a relief. How did you fare, White? Ah, this is what I was aiming for. Looks to be all I was owed, all right. Though I'd be telling you false if I claimed I had not held out more hope for Severin. I was even willing to overlook the skimming off the top, but to sell us all short in favor of those god-forsaken goblins. You'd do well to mind yourself around that two-guild cheat. He'd leave his own mates for dead, there's no telling what he'd do to you. Blast! At this rate, the crops will never be ready for harvest. If only we had a black loam. Just a bit could send our stalks soaring. I'll bet Rudweedwell knows where you might find them. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchard. And I'll do it by breaking my ankles. Yeah, where's the repair band? So we're level 15 now. We have something called Provoke. Helps with tanking. So we have Defiance. Allows us to generate enmity. This is our base tank ability, which allows us to attract and keep a hold of enemies. Provoke is just something that will help with if you have hit enemies and they, for whatever reason, have decided to get away from you. Hit Provoke, it'll bring them back to you. We will also have, once we've done Brutal Strength, our ranged attack. Our Tomahawk. What we will do first, finish the majority of this quest up. That Gurkhant's got a head of cabbage if he thinks I'm fetching him any bloke loan. But if you dare pinch some from the cook pot, then be my guest. Just mind you don't get trampled upon by the aurochs that dwell there. Once you've 3 bushels worth, take the black loam to Brewell at Tiller's Mill. Know what to do. Actually, what we will do first, is we will do stuff. So once you hit level 15, with the Hall of the Novice, you can now do training towards potentially doing dungeons. You can start doing training towards doing your duties. So that means that once we have got to... So once you do that, you'll get a set of armor that gives you everything but a headpiece. On the left-hand side, we won't get a weapon either, but there's not too much issue with that because you get one every last quest. And at the end, you will get something called a brand new ring. Give you extra combat experience up to level 30, but the stats on the ring also are pretty good to have. Up to like 50, because a lot of the stuff that you will get for your class up until then won't be a huge boost, especially if you're just doing duties once and then going to your next story quest. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to go for any of these rewards. If it had a helmet, we'd go for that. I didn't read any of that again. Do apologise. I am going to try and get better at that. Not going to go to the castle anyway. Pigmic. Pigmic. Brand new ring, which increases experience earned by 30% to complete. Don't know if it counts as general experience, but it definitely does combat experience. So these will give you the basics of what you need to do. So in this case, this is just going to be a run around like a numpty and avoid getting hit. Which obviously running in a circle will just do this for you. We'll just keep running around again. It's such an easy little thing. But this will teach you the basics that you need to learn for dungeon dwelling. And as I said, it will start give you a whole bunch of armor that will be good for like say level 25 plus. Once you get to level 25, you should start getting better better armor in terms of the dungeon crawling. The music is just so fun to bump along to. I need to do. Yep. We'll get our thingy boo for experience from this. Get our boots for this one. One of these does require the tomahawk, so once we've got to that bit, we will do the level 15 quest, and then obviously we can continue and get a bit more of the armor. There we go. So obviously as subsequent completions are done in terms of, I'm doing the tank one right now, you can do one for DPS and you do one for your healers. Subsequent completions won't give you duplicate brand new rings, it will just give you the armor associated with that particular class. So give you the DPS armor, give you the healer armor. It won't give you an extra brand new ring once you've completed it. And the reason why I said I wouldn't get to the level 8 stuff is because we level up a bit too fast for it to be effective for the time that we level up the first like 10 or so levels. So when I get Gladiator, get up to level 5 really easy. Then I'll get up to level 10 really easy. Then I'll get up to level 15 really easy. So here we learn about the AoE attack. We'll just be using dummies for this one. Overpower. Which strikingly different from heavy swing and maim. Overpower can just be hit. Without needing to have anything targeted. Obviously, that is great for when you're trying to get your... Ah, there we go. This one needs Tomahawk. Brutal Strength. Get the brand new chest one. So the brand new armor gives us a pretty nice stat boost as well. So it gives us essentially a copy of the first dungeon, first 315 level 15 dungeons armor, essentially. And like I said, it gives you everything but the helmet. Which is a little surprising. But I suppose it's a whole here's to learn how to do it thing. If you're playing this off a preferred world, you'll be leveling up a lot slower. But because we're not fussed about that, we are just doing this as we can. So, you have everything but the chest piece, but we can't do any more until we've got Brutal Strength. Then after Brutal Strength, we get the Reinforcements one, and then the final one, which gives us this. Do need to go... Middle. Oh. Run. We're in middle. Obviously, technically speaking, Brutal Strength we'd get at the back end of the first story arc. Before we start exploring more of Eorzea. the get a to ale port. We'll also grab the stuff off of Swift Perch, I believe it's called. Yeah, obviously, as you can see, we've got Wild Jack getting up double digits now for levels. So in here, there's the fat dodos to get. And this, do both so that we've got access. Swift Perch, what it was. So, I want to talk to each Chocobo when they have that little exclamation point above them. I want to talk to them so that you unlock the point. Now, obviously, you want to make sure you're attuned to the other eye as well. As said, you're going to want to get your hunting logs done as well. At the end, you'll get a class-specific ring. If I need. Ah, it's not the zero ones. Contact bar, yeah. And oh, okay. We've got our big boys at the top there, the bandits. I believe. One's up here. Yep, Buccaneers. These guys ourselves. Good kill. I say as he walks closer to us. There we go. Or how much they start giving you when they start doing this. Might actually get to potentially close to level 20 if we get things that we need. Yeah. Well, that's a shame. Look. So yeah, as you level up as well, some of them will get put into subcategories like this, so you will only get the experience once you've got all of them, essentially. Two dusk bats. And 4 hedgehog. And I believe when you get access to retainers, you won't be able. That was two or bats. You can have them become disciples of land, but you can't have them become disciples of hand. Crafting has to be done by you, which isn't that hard, really. As you can see, we're picking up crafting material there. We'll get our second gun. A bit more important for us to get more the ring and chest piece. So this man will give us some quests to get Arthur some minions, which will be a dog and a cat. One of the reasons, boys, are we? Why I've known that Sprat since he was knee-high to her, but it was always kind of a big fella. Ryan's own. Now they call him Axemaster, eh? Not a subtle lot, you marauders. Though I suppose you're here to hunt down our local trouble. What you need do then. Take yourself northwest, up towards Camp Skull Valley. Give a good whistle. Mean bugger you're after, his name's Petripitan. By the by, he'll come running across the weeded plains. He'll think you're trespassing on his territory, so see, you better have that cleaver of yours ready. Oshkon's blessing upon you. Right in the middle of his cabin. How rude. But also, how convenient. Oh, we'll have to do a return to Marauders Guild. I believe we'll have to go back out here to get. What's it call it? This next story bit done for this. Been in contact with the Rainfried, and he is naught but praise for you, Ardbert. The representation of the guild has been exemplary. There is one more task I would ask you to complete this day, a task that will demonstrate for you just how strong you've become. Report to Skapfgim, where he waits on the banks of the Aegis River, and he shall help you unveil the untapped power of your axe. I don't know why you're here. After seeing this big old boulder, I'm raising you know why you're here too. Now my rock's a bit more of a challenge than those pebbles the rope guy had you training on. Practice booty will require a relatively heavy swing. Possible, you say? Rhine Zone wouldn't send you out here if he didn't think you capable. Ah! Would you look at that? Your first attempt too. Well, I guess it's back to the Axe Master for you. But that the jog doesn't carry over in the areas you need. Because surely a passive like that should just carry over. Yes, now we'll have the level 15. Now we'll strength. Done this cutscene. I knew you would return before long. The deafening crack of shattering boulder reached even here. This feat of strength deserves recognition, and you shall have it in the form of a new technique. Adopted and perfected by our guild forebears, the tomahawk throw was the first devised by pirates as an opening attack on closing enemy vessels. Though we primarily focus on close-quarter combat, you'll no doubt find that the powerful ranged strike at your disposal greatly expands your tactical versatility. I sense that impending confrontation with Kujata weighs heavily on your mind, Art. But hurried swings lead to glancing blows. There is no swift road to attaining the peak of the mastery, only a steady, measured ascent. Just take the gold. We'll sell off all the elegant pieces, as we will want to buy. Do we want to buy it, or do we just get it? We'll wait until we get it. We'll get a level 15 from Story Point, I believe. Way around, right past the net thingy. Oh, I hate myself sometimes. But we will continue the Hall of the Novice. As we will want to get our chess piece and random. What we'll do is we'll get up to level 15 main story quest after this, after we've done Novice, and we call it there for the night. Because there is a lot to do once we've done that. So, preferred world experience. It's pretty decent. It will give you the better option of being able to do a lot of stuff. Faster once you've got to those particular points. And will usually give you a nice stat boost for the lower stuff. power scaling on this is a bit weird sometimes, especially when you start getting overpowered by with your equipment. Get these tomahawks, get the enemy's attention. And we'll see how it goes from there. Come on. Talk to you. Yep. Yep, come on. Go. This. That was easy. I've just realised I haven't equipped my new axe yet, either. That. And once we're out, but... this. Brand new ring time. Featuring some of the better music. It's funny to me that if you do healer or DPS, the guys are already dead usually. See the yellow there. Burping in my face, mate. Absolutely disgusting.
What's that?
Woo! Oh, another thing is you want them facing away from your teammates so that when they do attack, they get the flank advantage. Obviously, it doesn't count for much during this kind of thing because they're a little useless. They kind of pinprick the enemies rather than, you know, actually hit them for damage like an actual player would. Now, we have the brand new ring, which we can equip immediately. So we'll go to the Aft Castle, we'll get loan maintenance, we'll get the level 15 stuff done. Or level 10. We'll do the level 10 stuff. We'll call it a night. Just because it's going to be a bit more back and forth with that. So we'll do the golem counter, and then we'll call it there for the night. And we'll pick it back up on Thursday. Oh, bait is up again, so we'll do that. Actually, we won't need to. We're out level now. We get to listen to the sick music while we're picking up the black lane. Staying as much as possible before we have to get out of the area. Such a sick tune. Even the weeds wither and die in this desolate desert. But a bit of this black loam ought to change all of that. I ain't seen any in ages. Gathering black looms off for the weak of will, nor the weak of stomach, eh? Oh, don't tell me Gurkhant and Rotwell. Reader neglected to mention where black loam comes from. Well, surely you figured it out on your own from the cloying stench. Comes from the Aurochs' lair of cold places. Ahem. Well, why dwell on misled whom and about what? What matters is that your efforts have brought us to Black Loam. We can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. Founded pirates, they know nothing of tilling, only killing. Stealing our shovels to melt and forge into waxes of all things. They're biting the hand that feeds them, the mangy mongrel. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson against myself, but I've sworn to Stelrun that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring back our farm tools. Make sure those dogs reap what they've sown. Time to kill the pirates! Again. That was easy. Yeah, so middle gives you level 17 Gobus. Lower gives you level 12, which is why they're high up there. Ah, good to see the tools back and in serviceable condition. Even more than we could say of Severin when he get our hands on him. The wretch likely had a role in the theft. But I didn't meet pirates in secret, I did. Couldn't care less if the wasteful won't work, but when he concerns with cut persons that take our tools away, he's crossed the line. Delaware knows what sort of scallywag he's dealing with. Take word of him to him, would you? I can read, I swear. Ah, yes, I remember where I had it from them. Got to read that next bit. Oh, well, okay. Eases my eyes. It eases my mind to have your ear. But no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Severin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came for him, he's been skulking about in that manner he does when he's appropriate. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off, with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. He ain't exactly damning, but when I last heard words with him, he didn't look so defiant so much as hunted. I can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and have found more than he wanted. As I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, and I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. Suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger son. Suffice it to say, I'd rather him didn't come to us. As for how to find him, I'll try asking Grenweeda at the right. He was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he was ever. Nothing passes through those gates that escapes my notice. I saw that rouser and his rabble set out for the Woad Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sod said I should join them. I told him I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was they had pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure to give him a cuff round the ear for me, will you? Keep running, running. I keep running, running, running. I keep running. Thank you. I don't think I've got a title yet. Of all the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deed that slippery bastard's done. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink, would lead us straight into a bloody trap. Don't get no lower than that. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Severin, so I was ready, but the others weren't so lucky. We've got to help them. My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better, or the sorry bastards in there are done for. Severin might have gotten us into this mess, but I ain't about to leave him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than being that conniving bastard's debt. To arms! A true knave. You betrayed even yourself, Severin. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the serpentry twice, will not do so a third time. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone a soul, that it may wake to life. That was easy. But the golem could be vanquished. That man is no ordinary adventurer. Oh, who's that? Who's that? What? When? Where? How? Oh! That snake slithered away. I am only glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. Blub, 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 blub. Those pirates do not belong to any. Blah, 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 blah. Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Lominsan factions. Whom then do they serve? Beast tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahagan and Kobold. Something is afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that all the tribes are planning to summon their primals? Well, help us if they should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone two. But all is yet speculation. Must needs find evidence. She says as she walks away and not follows the people. Seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. Ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louis Schwab foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlayan ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see. Yet now that I do begin to take it for granted how swiftly do the wonders of Shalayan seem commonplace. Um, Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today the Maelstrom makes official. Today the Maelstrom officially makes that great hole in the training ground for join the celebration. Wait, a disturbance in the etheric flow. Whence does it emanate? The sun grotto, perhaps? Good lord, my head, man. What have we here? Can you walk? Is I? Regretfully no, he eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Zephyrin here has appraised me of all that's transpired. The Count shed some light on how you came to be attacked by a golem of all. A golem is a mindless automaton, not safe when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. But then these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are minions of the Sahagin. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stelwern will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. Will bear word to him for your preservation. There. I need to because my brain is not. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation. But I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray pay the man a visit. Yes, hot cat lady. Ah, he told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Ishtola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the ether in hope that it might offer up some clue as to our predicament. I say I owed you my life. That don't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. It's a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford for farms, and I'll face the consequence. For reasons I cannot fathom, he seemed to forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshalled my thoughts. Till our paths next cross, farewell. And now to get back to Summerford. Do 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 do. Get here, complete this, and head to the winch, and we should be good to go. We will call it there for the night. As always, this will be on YouTube by tomorrow. No editing. Don't need it right now. No, I knew you'd return. Stola delivered Severin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too. A lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. Me who's to blame for that. That and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. A thrall to the Sahagin? 7 hells. Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not but the fishbacks flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see. The Reavers have never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Lominsans. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to the Hagen masters. Knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, found myself a new home, Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long round here. The word soon spread, all the way back to the sea. Penalty for desertion is death, but the Reavers offered me a way out instead. My freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. Don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. Men say little to me, but I hear 'em talk of how you stood up to the Reavers at the last. How you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone to the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There'll always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And I'll always be in your debt, Stonewell. I owe you a debt too, Ardbert, but once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of my farm. I've got to ask one more favour of you. It'd be this. Tell Badarian what's happened. Start to finish. I'm certain he'd put in a good word with Severin if you knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I possibly ask of you. Safe travels, son. Don't call me son, man. I ain't your son. So I believe the tactical training exercises that give us the the Neophyte's Ring at the end. It's for level 50, but actually the stuff this trains you on, kind of do already with the dungeons at 30 plus. It's a bit weird to me that it's available at 50 but not 30. Bloody hells. Life on the farm ain't how I pictured it. Ah, but you needn't worry yourself over young Severin. Yellow Jackets has hands out the punishments. Good mate that. If I ask him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from angling to keel all in. Kindly gent that he is. Ah, I'm only jesting with you. I'll see he's treated fair. Now, it sounds to me like you've done everything old Stelwer and reckon asked of ye, and more, justified with generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lad. As for a reward, well, she's a lonely lad. Drowning wench of mine. How do you fancy keeping your company for a spell, with free room and board? Venturing's a trying business after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. Take it from me, fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for you, so make use of it. Not that you'll have much time for lying around, what with all the leaves you'll be doing. Oh, didn't I mention? I put your name down for leaves. Our guild draws all manners of clients, offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'll be amazed how much folk will pay to avoid doing an honest day's labour. Just give Timocry a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. You'll always have some task or other for you to do. Oh, and it's all above board in case you're wondering. We're careful to stay on the animal's right side in here, unlike some parts could mention. I tell you, if it turns out they had aught to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 L's to pay. Proper bleeding reckoning. Maybe that's what Limsa needs, though. On a rough sea, sometimes you have to rock the boat to right it. But we'll have time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. And we'll pick up the quest, and we'll end it there. How do you fare, Ardbert? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well then, I have an idea of where you might try heading next. Have you heard of the skylift out in the middle of Eorzea? If you've ever visited Wold Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down that thing at least once. That big bleeding scaffolding attached to the tent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff face. Hard labour that, and I hear they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs that want no other buggers at time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, look by the name of Workrit, and he'll be sure to put you to work with the task force. And that, my friends, will be it for the night. So soon down, Jesus. So, thank you all for joining in, and I shall bid you all a good night. Like I said, as usual, video will be VOD will be on YouTube by tomorrow, and we shall be continuing with this on Thursday. Thank you for joining in, and I shall see you next time.